Alright, so today I removed my satellite radio antenna from the car. It's not a real hard job, but generally before somebody gets into a job like this, they want to see how it's done. So I went ahead and did it for you. Here we go. What we did first was we came inside and removed the handles, the oh shit handles from there and there. Then we pulled the weather stripping down. It just pulls right down. Then you can get your fingers up in there and kind of pull on this a little bit, and it should pop down. It's just these clips here that are holding it in, but usually if you work it a little bit, jig a little bit, pull on it, you can pull that down without breaking the clips. And once you get up inside here, you're going to see a wire connected there and went out that hole right there. That is where the antenna was. Now in that hole, in the bottom of that hole, we had this bolt. It's 22 millimeter. And all it was hooked on there like that and tightened down to keep it tight to the roof. This wasn't actually, had no two-sided tape on it or anything like that. It was just sitting there. And this of course is the rubber seal that goes on the bottom of the antenna itself. It was just sitting on there, and the bolt on the underside was what was holding the pressure against it, keep it watertight and all that. This goes on here like that. That's without the cover. The cover just snaps into place like that. Considering running some wires up here to do another little project later on, but that was how it came out, that easy. One little wire clips in right there, comes out nice and easy, should go back in the same way. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. There's a lot of corrosion on there. I don't know where this corrosion's coming from, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Go ahead and put it back on, cleaned up around here, put it back together, put it all back together, and put the bolt back in it, tighten it up, and plug it back in, and I'll show you what it looks like after that, and then we'll put everything back together and seal it all up. So when we removed the plastic cover from the antenna, you can see there's little slots here, and you got these little tabs here that pop right in there. What I did was took a screwdriver, I pulled this rubber off first, and then put a screwdriver between the antenna and the plastic and just very gently pry it on it until these pop loose. Put something under one side, pry the other side loose, and it'll pop right off it. Be gentle because you don't want to break these and you're gonna have to buy this part from Nissan. They're probably gonna charge you about $500 for it. But that's how that came off. So when you put it back together, just put it on there, put some pressure against it, and everything will snap right back into place. And that's the puck, just like that. So we're gonna go ahead, put it back in the car, just like that. Snaps right into place. Then we'll take that 22 millimeter bolt or nut right here and put it back on. It's got a little tab on the end of it. Kind of hard to see, damn camera won't focus on it. A little tab, and what that does is that puts pressure against the wire, so the wire is going to go like that. It's not going to go through the nut itself. Just like that. And we'll tighten that down. That should get it nice and tight to the roof. Then plug it back in to there. And we'll put the roof liner back in. Put the handles back on. These handles right here, these are just 10 millimeter bolts. There's two of them. That's the only thing holding those in. And they hold in right there. So I'm going to put all that back together and see how it looks. I have to tuck the ends of the headliner back into here, and then put the weather stripping back on. That should hold it in place. So that's it. Everything's back in. Handles back on. You have to pull your roof liner down and kind of tuck it in behind that plastic there, so you don't have to pull that plastic off of the sidewall, and there's an airbag and everything else in there. I don't want to fool with that. So tuck that back in there. There's 3 little snaps. Pop into place. Same over there. Handles back on. Weather stripping's back in place. It's a pretty simple job. Take out that satellite radio antenna. Like start to finish, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 if you're taking your time, drinking some beer. But that's it. These are all the tools you're going to need. Small screwdriver to pop the covers off of the 10mm bolts on the OS handles. 10mm ratchet to take those bolts out, pull the handles off. 22mm socket for the nut holding the antenna in place. And I use this screwdriver, flat tip. I kind of rounded it off myself, but I use that to pop the plastic cover off of the antenna. And those should be all the tools you need to complete this job.